Hey everyone, this is JDAster64, and welcome to part 3 of my Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door Pre-Hooktail Pit Run, where I take on the 30s, which I consider to be one of the easiest sets of the floors. As a stark contrast to the previous set, these are really easy enemies here.
Well, you got a couple of things going for you, but you do not have Zap Tap on. Anyway, this is MilesLuigi.
And Higsby, and yeah, you don't have it on. What is this?
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would... Do I not have Zap Tap on?
You do not have Zap Tap on.
That's true, I did just get it. So yeah, Zap Tap. We didn't talk too much about that last time. Zap Tap, I guess primarily is a good way to stand in for bad super guarding later on. It'll automatically do 1 damage to anything that does a contact attack. But I guess more pertinently for this floor here, it'll also prevent any leeching enemies like Flower Fuzzies or Swoopulas from stealing HP or FP from you. So that can be really useful.
Mm-hmm.
That becomes like imperative really later on, actually.
Yeah, it's really useful later on. Not so. I mean, FP is not terribly, terribly useful on these floors anyway. Yeah, Dark Koopas, which are unique to the pit, they've got 8 HP, 4 power, and 2 defense. But besides that, they behave identical to normal Koopas, so they're completely mitigatable with multi-bounce or just jumping on them.
Oh boy, this could be tough.
Here's a fun
you
set
don't have
of
Mega
floors.
Rush P. How do you handle this?
How do I handle this? I mean, Fire Drive... yeah, my intuition, if I hadn't played this before, would be Fire Drive. But apparently they don't. That doesn't work on them. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
They're a rock-type enemy, so no, it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
So I
piercing
said,
blow.
how are you going to handle this? You have too much defense. The only thing you could do is piercing blow.
Here's the obvious answer. The obvious answer is Mega Rush P, but
exactly.
not an option with my self-imposed challenge. Here's another enemy that's like, it's really, really important you know how to super guard. Like, this is death here. That will kill me. That will outright kill me if I don't put Goombella in the front. Watch me not do it. Okay.
I'm so scared
Put
right
Goombella
now.
in front. I agree with that decision.
I almost had a run into that once. Like, why am I potentially taking 19 damage on 10 HP? This is not smart.
Excellent.
Nice, that's 1.
Nice.
Excellent. Good job.
So yeah, if you can get this super guard down, these guys aren't terribly difficult. I think I used this battle to help get my HP and FP up, since again, the one guy's still got an Earthquake, and I can't do anything about dodging that, and that'll do 5 damage to both of us. So, I wanted to make sure I had the HP to support that.
Any attacking items enemies use is like this one. It's flat out not guardable or super guardable. You take the damage no matter what.
Now you can mitigate that with, if I remember correctly, you can mitigate that with P down, D up. I think you can reduce the damage you take from enemy attacks with that. And conversely, if you're wearing P up, D down, you can take more damage from enemy items, but that's probably not advisable.
I'm always a major fan of P down, D up. Just stops enemy attacks.
Yeah. Just wear 7
the
of
other
those.
way.
You can't do any damage, but it also it decreases defense piercing attack power as well. So
My goal is
just
always to
won't
have
take
as
any
much
damage.
attack power as possible.
Yeah, I think I'm using this battle to grind because I know I'm not going to level up since I've got 12 there and I've killed 2. I know I'm going to be at 18 at the end of the battle, so I certainly won't level up. So take this advantage, the advantage to just build my stats
Oh yeah,
up.
there's only one enemy on the field, so you're not really in too much danger of taking too much damage. Even if he does charge and he hits you,
I mean, yeah.
take the opportunity to get your FP back up and HP
Yeah,
too.
Goombella's in front. I've got max FP at this point, but again, I don't know if I go for the piercing blow or not. Since he's only got 2 HP, appealing might be the smarter option here. I guess speaking of appealing, I never really did explain how star power works. So basically that gauge up there, you've got 1 star power unit. That's divided into 100 parts as far as the game's concerned. So there are like 100 star power units there, really. the appealing, the amount of star power you get from appealing is really easy to figure out. Just start with 25, and then add the number of audience you have divided by 4. So in this case, that'd be 12. So you get 37 units back from an appeal. And any super appeals you have will raise that by 25 base. So long as you have one audience member, you'll get a flat quarter of the star meter at least.
At least.
So much for not leveling up, apparently.
Well, okay. Thanks, Merly. That, of course, gets into some interesting logic. If you were to get additional super appeals, you need a minimum of 4 to guarantee a star.
3, because you've got the 25.
3. Oh yeah, that's right, 3, thank you. 4 would give you 1.25.
At the very least, though, you do have one super appeal normal Mario one at your disposal at this point, so you can guarantee half a unit, which is really useful.
Oh, yes.
Ah, hey, and he dropped
Definitely
the
something you... Yay! It's definitely something you want to bring into the pit.
Could be useful. Hard to get outside of the pit, too, so that's definitely useful. Unlike the POW block, it doesn't hit enemies in the air, so nor does it flip them over like a POW block would. So it's got some downsides, but it's definitely still useful.
Anyway, you still don't have Zap Tap on. I have to emphasize this.
I can kill him in one turn. I didn't even know he was gonna be here, so not an issue.
You're fighting flower fuzzies. I suppose, yeah, you could knock him out, and the Buzzy Beetle's not going to do anything. But still, there's nerve instincts going. There's neurons firing in my brain saying this is wrong. You should have Zap Tap on.
Power plus. I did just level up though, but yeah, I guess I didn't level up DP, so changing my badges around didn't occur to me. I'd like to think I'll probably put it on a floor that has just flower fuzzies on it. I don't know. But yeah, as far as star power is concerned, again, there are two ways to get star power. You can either get it from attacks. Well, I guess I'll hold off on that thought. Shady Koopas are a Glitzville only.
That was close.
They're a Glitzville only enemy normally, but here you can fight them in the pit. They've got 8 HP, 3 power, and 1 defense. So,
Key thing here is that unlike regular Koopas, they're more dangerous when they're on the ground on their back.
Yeah, when they're on their back, their attack power doubles to 6. They'll never get up, but they'll get 6 attack power, and they can hit both of your, both Mario and your partner. So, I try to do a good job in making sure he stays up the entire time. And especially with the extra power from Power Plus, I'm able to kill him in one turn as soon as I super dart him once. I don't know if I pick up on that.
Trying to actually think if you can normally get X-Nauts in your audience normally in the game before the end of Chapter 1. I don't think so.
My guess is it's probably either based on what enemies you face, or more logically, probably just based on your level, if I had to guess.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. It's like I see X-Nauts, and at this point in the game you're not even supposed to meet the X-Nauts. You're not supposed to meet them till Chapter 2.
Yeah, I think they did an excellent job of balancing the star points so that they get you at the exact level they want you at any given point in the game. Because I noticed during one playthrough, it's like, wow, every single boss has given me a multiple of 5 or 10 star points. Like, every single one. So clearly they predicted exactly what level I was going to be at every time.
I think I remember you talking about this once, where like every boss gives you, if you're at the proper level, 30 experience.
Oh.
Or 30 star points, I should say more specifically.
Yeah, I think the chapter bosses always give you 30, and it varies how much some of the lesser bosses give you, but every single one on that playthrough gave me a multiple of 5 star points. Did I just put on Zap Tap? I didn't notice.
You did not.
Again, only 1. Is that me putting on a piercing blow, I suppose?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense, I suppose.
Well, you don't have many other recourses, so... Oh, bye-bye, audience.
So how do stylish moves factor into how many star points you get? Or not star points, star power.
Yeah, so again, the calculation done for normal attacks is completely different. Oh, and you'll notice there I wasted that spike pouch, like I said I probably would, just because I have a full item inventory at this point, and I want to make room for any random items that audience members might toss me during the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, anyway, how do stylish moves factor into the star power regen you get?
Okay, so basically normal attacks, you have a couple of different considerations. Foremost, the number of audience you have, and it's calculated a little differently. Basically, most audience members count as 1 point towards you, and these aren't like star points, just like one audience value point, I don't know. Most are 1, including bulky bombs, even though they take up 2 seats. But dull bones are 0. They don't give you anything towards attacks, and toads are worth 3.
Oh.
So basically you estimate, usually again, like, since here these are all 1, the audience value is 44. You know that. But, usually you will want to, usually you can, approximate that. At any rate, that audience value, take the square root of that, and here's where the square root thing I mentioned before comes in. So in this case, I've got 39, the square root of that's about 6. So every attack, I guess, like where it says nice there, every attack has, like, one of those tied to it.
Uh-huh.
And that is raised by stylish, commands. A nice command... Oh man, I don't have the list with me. I think a nice command normally is worth 1.5. So, like, a nice command done with this audience of 40 would get you about 1.5 times 6 star units, or 9. But a nice with a stylish is worth 4. So you would get 24 instead.
Huh.
So yeah, nice is the one you'll be seeing the most often, so obviously that's a useful one to know. But basically, as you go up a step, that's worth an extra point, an extra quarter of a point for no stylish commands, and an extra half point if you do use at least one stylish command. Extra stylishes don't help you out at all. So, for instance...
That's actually a key thing. If you do a power bounce, just nail the first stylish.
Yeah, that's all you...
And
Yeah.
then you can just concentrate on the
And
power
you'll
bounce.
notice I almost always do that because of that. That way I don't tend to mess things up later.
Huh. Okay, that's cool. I never knew how that worked. There's so much inner workings to this game that nobody knows about.
There's
But
some
to summarize
items.
what... Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
To summarize what JD just said while we contemplate over what to do in this battle, basically, nice gets you so much, nice with stylish gets you more, good gets you more than nice, but good with stylish gets you more, and so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
so
This also plays into how simplifier and unsimplifier work, which I think I'll let you explain,
Yeah,
JD
so
Aster.
simplifier and unsimplifier, the game says they make action commands harder, but reduce the amount of star or raise the. Basically, they make the attacks harder and raise the star power for unsimplifier, and then make them easier and lower the star power. And that lowering and raising of the star power comes directly as a result of the fact that it changes what messages are shown.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go up or down a level.
Like, I know that if you use simplifier, it's like a smaller nice, and then like a little bit of a smaller nice, and then like the normal nice.
A quarter or a half less than a normal nice.
Hmm.
So, like, say a normal nice with a stylish command has a multiplier of 4. That smaller nice would be worth 3.5. And if you had two simplifiers on, that'd be worth 3. The smallest one you can get. Interestingly enough, if you hack the game and get a third simplifier, it won't go down to you can't get below that second below nice. Even though the third simplifier will, I believe, still make attacks easier, and the third unsimplifier certainly makes them harder. It won't. You can't get higher than excellent. And here you can see, throw this into fast forward since this is really going to be a bit of a grind fest.
Too bad they didn't put another simplifier and unsimplifier in there. Then, if they actually work, that's too bad.
Yeah, they go up to 3. This is something I'm very much aware of because I thought they went up to 4, but I'm wrong. It goes up to 3.
Yeah, and you can tell. You can sort of tell that by the attack feedback you get. Like the wonderful is the size a nice attack would go, so that tipped me off that it was probably 3 instead of 4.
Hmm.
Nicely done. But to get back up, ooh, you got double
Pointless star
experience.
points again.
Wow, this has happened more to you in this video than it did in my entire last time I played the game.
Yeah, I actually get the doubles a lot. I'd say I probably get about 100 extra star points.
Wow.
I suppose an item drop was all but inevitable from that. With 3 different potential ones just from the held items. Even
Have you ever
without
done
item log,
it?
I think my odds were pretty dang good.
Hey, you got a mover.
Yeah, first
Okay, new
mover.
topic discussion. Movers. Go at it, JD Aster.
Okay. Never. Okay, no, so not never. But I'd say almost never would you want to use that. You're guaranteed to skip the floor that you're on, so that's good enough. I guess if you're really unprepared for the next floor and you know exactly what's on that floor already, like the enemy types, at least that lead the battle, you're guaranteed to know what those are in advance. So I guess if you, for whatever reason, weren't prepared for the next one, you could skip down 2 floors, and that wouldn't be too bad. Never use the 5, certainly never exit the pit. Make sure you don't skip a multiple of 10, else you're locked out again. You can't get that badge.
Exactly. No, the experience you're gaining throughout the pit is just too useful for what's coming up ahead. If you were to, say, take on the 80s or 90s at your current level, you'd be pretty doomed.
Yeah, again, if I were to get nothing but movers but from here on out, I mean, the 60s or so, you would die really, really fast. I'd say, savor that experience. And the way the leveling system works, at least if you're at a lower level, you'll be getting more star points. So again, I said I think I get 100 extra star points from the purse thereabouts. I don't think I'll actually. I think I would, and I haven't actually calculated this out, but I think I would end up at the same level regardless.
Huh.
Now I did have a lot of experience at there. Like I think I ended at like 86 or something, so that helps.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I think I would have picked up that extra 20 for sure. You certainly won't lose more than a level by not doing the curse. But you could gain a whole bunch, depending on where you get doubled.
Uh-huh. So what's the chance of coming across a mover? I usually come across one in like the first 10 floors and then never see them again.
Common knowledge says it decreases as you go further down. I don't know. I mean, I haven't done enough bit runs to know. And a worthless badge.
Pretty flower, yeah.
No worthless badge.
It's happy flower for one more for one more BP, pretty much. I don't know. I don't use this at all until I shouldn't have used it at all if I did, but I don't think I use it until the final boss, and that's only because there's just so many badges I would normally have on, like I don't know what exactly, but there are badges that you would normally have on for regular battles that aren't of any use for the final boss.
But we'll get to that next time. Oh, next set of floors are really, really interesting, everyone.
So this has been JD Aster 64
And MilesLuigi.
And Higsby?
I'll see you guys.